Hey there, my name is Randy Green. I work in communications at Church of the Resurrection, and I am here to just give you a quick overview of the ways that you can best use our website. You can see our website here right in front of you. It's core.org, as you can see up here in the address bar. Now, a few notes before we dig in. This website is something that we call responsive, which means that it responds to the type of device you're using to browse it. So if you're looking at it on your phone, it'll look a little bit different than it does as you're looking at it on my computer right here. Basically, it just reflows a little bit of the content. I can actually simulate what it looks like here. So like this is what it might look like on an iPad. As you can see, it's got a lot of the same content. It just kind of redistributes the way that it's formatted on the page. We'll take a deeper look at that here in just a minute. But for now, just know that the website itself will just adapt to the device that you're using. Another note that I want to mention before we dig in is that we've accomplished something really cool with this website. We used to have 4 different websites, one for each resurrection location throughout the Kansas City area. With this website, we have been able to bring basically those 4 different websites all into one website so that you're able to switch between resurrection locations and see what's going on at different campuses just with the click of a couple buttons. And in order to do that, you'll just use this locations menu right here. But we will get to that in just a second. There's one other feature that I want to point out super quickly, and that's this navigation menu up here at the top. This is going to be the way that you'll access pretty much any piece of content that you want to on the website. Now you see that it's all pretty clear and easy to read here when you're looking at it in desktop view. When you look at it in one of the mobile views, you'll see that it's collapsed into within this little ellipsis icon here, those 3 dots. But if you click on those 3 dots, that'll bring up that same menu. And so you can see it's the exact same items in here. You've got locations, visit, connect, care, serve, resources. And you can open or close any of these to see the menu items that are underneath that. And so that's just 2 different ways of accessing that menu, but the menu is the exact same no matter which way you access it. So for the most part, I'm going to leave it in desktop view since we are on a desktop here and that works well for video. But know that you can access those exact same menu items from that mobile menu if you're on your phone or on a tablet or something like that. Okay, well, let's take a little bit deeper look at that menu. I mentioned the locations menu here, and that's an important thing to note. If you click on that, then you can see that it gives you the list of all the different campuses that we have, and you can see a nice map of them here, and you can interact with that map. If you want to change the campus that you're looking at any given time, you can just click on the campus that you're wanting and then select that campus by selecting that button right there. I'm not going to quite do that yet, but know that you can do that at any time as you're browsing the website. You also have the rest of the menu broken down into a few categories. You've got visit information, which is really stuff that's geared towards people who are going to be visiting us for the first times. You have information about who we are and our mission, our vision, common questions you might have if you're coming here, worship information, how to get involved, all that kind of stuff, contact information. Connect is really about taking like that deeper dive into what we're doing. So it's a lot of programs and events, staff information if you're trying to get in touch with staff members, that kind of thing. Within care, that's how you're able to receive or request any kind of care that you need from our church. If there's some kind of life event that you need to make us aware of, or if you would like to sign up for any of our care classes, or if you need to arrange a baptism or funeral or wedding, we have information about all of that in here. Under serve, those are all the different ways that you can get involved in giving back into our community, either here as a church or in Kansas City or even around the world. All of those are located underneath that Serve Opportunities menu item. And then under Resources, where you can access all kinds of different things, from sermons to our daily GPS guide. You can access like e-notes and newsletters and that kind of thing. All kinds of information in here. And then lastly, we have this Give here that will allow you to give to the church if that's something that you're looking to do. The final thing here that's really important is this search icon. If you click on that, that'll bring up a search window that will allow you to type in and search for anything that you're looking for within the church. And so if you don't want to spend time trying to find it through the navigation, you can just search for whatever you're looking for. So that is the main navigation, and again, you can access that exact same navigation on your mobile device just by clicking on those three dots that are up in the corner. And you've got your search here, you've got all these different menu items down here. Those are the exact same ones that we were just looking at. The next thing I want to look at is a couple of the main pieces of content that we have on the website. So you'll see that by default, the first time you come visit the site, you're at core.org. And this is the main landing page. Welcome home. Hope, meaning, and purpose. Be part of something bigger than yourself. And then we have several different ways you can connect with us. You can find worship times. You can find community. You can get involved in the community. You can access very quickly our GPS guide, our small group guide, our Pastor Adam's latest e-note. You can look at our events calendar. You can visit Resurrection online. And then we have just a couple of other things we're calling attention to that we think you might be interested in. Pretty much all of these things, if you click on any of them, they're going to ask you to choose your campus. So, for example, if you want to worship with us, we have to know which campus is nearest you to give you relevant worship times. So if we select Leawood, we'll select that, and then you'll see that that takes us. Now if you look up here in the address bar, you see that we have Leawood. That is set as our campus. And so now the website is going to remember that campus that we selected, and it's only going to show us content that is relevant to the Leawood campus. Or if we'd selected downtown, it would only show us content that's relevant to the downtown campus, and so on. And again, if we ever want to change the campus that we're looking at, we can go up here to locations and just select a different campus. So looking at this homepage for Leawood, you can see that we have very similar things. We allow you to request care. So if you are looking for any of those kind of care options, prayer, support groups, counseling, all that kind of thing, you can get in touch with us there. Since we've just opened a new building and we're getting ready to begin renovation on Building B, we have this renovation plans here. This will probably change fairly frequently. We'll be rearranging the way these things look and the content that's within them. But that's what you see there right now. And then make an impact. Again, that's just ways to give back in the community here at Leawood. At Leawood, our current sermon series is this Birds and the Bees. So if you want to watch that, you can go right there, and that'll take you into where you can watch the latest sermon from this series. The GPS and small group guides from this week or today, Pastor Adam's latest e-note, the Leawood e-news from this past week. You see this was posted 7 days ago. And then you've got a few of the events that are coming up here at Resurrection Leawood. And so you could click on any of these for more information about those particular events. Watch online, all kinds of stuff. So that's the general idea of the homepage. Now, one of the big things that we know people come to our website for is the sermons. They want to catch up on a sermon that they've missed, or they want to access a sermon from the archive, the library, because they think it was really important. And so we have listed that under resources. If you go to resources and then sermons, then you'll see that right front and center we have listed the current sermon series, which we're in the Birds and the Bees. And you can see the sermons from this series right here. And so if you want to watch the one from this past week, you can just click on that and it'll open up and you can watch it right there. You can also download resources from that. So you have the audio file, the GPS guide for this week, or the small group guide that's attached to this sermon. So you can access all of that information from right there. You can also share it on social media if you want to tell your Facebook friends about this series, or you can tweet it. If you scroll down a little bit, then you see that this is starting to get into the sermon library. And so right now you've got a list of the most recent sermon series that are listed here, and you can click this More Series button and scroll back for a ways and keep going, pretty much to the beginning of time. That's not true. It actually only goes back to 2010 or 2009, somewhere in there. You can also look in the sermons view if you want to look at individual sermons instead of by series. And then you can load more and keep going back, and you see the date that things are listed here. And again, you can just open these up and watch the video right there or download any of those resources for that particular week. Now, it might get a little bit cumbersome to look back at older information from there. So we've included a few different ways to search or filter this sermon library. You can search by year. So if you know what year you want to look at, then you can go and scroll back into a certain year that way. We've created a topical index here. So if you want to look at just Advent sermons, you can do that. Or if you want to look at ones that talk about church vision or Easter, questions, fears, and recovery, any of these kind of things, you can filter into just those particular categories. Or if you know the name of the sermon that you're looking for, you can just search directly for that name. The final option here is this link to the podcast, and that will take you out to iTunes so you can subscribe to our weekly podcast. And that podcast is basically just the audio from each sermon each week. So that's the sermon library. Very quick overview, but hopefully that helps you understand how to use it and how to navigate it a little bit. One of the other things that a lot of people come to the website for are for the events listing. And so let's take a quick look at that. If you hover over Connect and then go down to Events, you will be taken to our church calendar. And again, remember that this is just Leawood that you're looking at. You can see Leawood right here in the logo, and so you know that we're looking at just the Leawood events. So here you can search for the name of an event if you know exactly what you're looking for, or you can just browse using these options down here below. So you see right now that we're looking at this featured tab, and so these are the ones that we think you are probably most interested in. These are the ones that we've marked as featured, and so you can scroll through and see what's going on in all of these. You can also, if you prefer a month view, you can click in this month, and then you'll just see what's going on for a particular month. Right now we're looking at May. You can click these arrows to navigate into different months. And you can see that we have a lot going on in these months. Now, if you find this really overwhelming like I do, then you can actually go into this Choose Calendars button right up here at the top. And if you click that, you can toggle on and off all these different categories. And so, say we're just interested in those. Then you hit Done, and it'll refresh, and it'll show you only those particular categories. And now you can see those reflected here. Those are the ones we have turned on. And so if you know that you're only looking for all church events, then you can toggle everything else off, and it'll refresh and only show you things that are classified as all church events. So you see Resurrection Foundation is in here, Coffee with the Pastors, we had an annual golf classic not too long ago, blood drives, all church conference coming up, all kinds of good things in there. So that Choose Calendars function is really awesome. And what's also great about it is that it remembers your selection. So next time you visit our church calendar, if you have this set to the particular categories that you're interested in, it'll remember that and still only show you those things. Of course, then if you want to see more options, you can always go back up to Choose Calendars and turn on other categories. The last view that's up here is this one called List. And this will show you the exact same information we were just looking at, except instead of having it in a calendar format, it lists it out by date. So you can see that May 1st, there's Financial Peace University. May 2nd, there's Grow Night. May 6th, there's these things. And so, some people prefer this kind of a view to be able to see just in a kind of like a checklist of what's happening. And so this is another way to look at that same information. And of course, if you click on any of these things, then you can find out more details about that particular event. So, Resurrection Foundation, Dessert and Conversation, you can see there's Dessert and Conversation with Pastor Adam. You can RSVP now, you've got that button right there. You can also ask a question if you have any questions about this. You can see information about it. It's happening Wednesday, May 10th at 6:30 at Resurrection Leawood in room B206, also known as the Bible Theater. And then just a brief description about what is happening. And then it gives you some more events that you might be interested in that are kind of related to that. If you hit all events, that'll take you back to the calendar. So the calendar is a really robust piece of software that we think will make it really easy for you to find the content that you're looking for there on the calendar. Now, something else that we have built into the site that we're really excited about is the Community Life page. And actually, this page, as well as the Serve Opportunities page, are built very similarly. And so I'll just spend a little bit more time on one and then just real briefly show you the other one. This is a community life page. So this page encapsulates all of our programs, our classes, our groups, all of that kind of stuff that you might be looking for. And so you can see if you scroll down the page, we have it broken down. You can view things just for adults, things just for kids and families, things just for students. And so those will take you into more information just about those particular topics. But what we're really excited about is this bar right here. Now this one you can just search if you know the name of the program. For example, if you're looking for Kids Core, you could just type in Kids Core there and find that program specifically. But this one here does this cool thing where it basically asks you a series of questions to help you narrow down all of our offerings into the things that are most relevant to you. So let's go ahead and take a look. If you click on that, it opens up this window and it asks you this question. It says, first, let's focus on the Leawood Campus Ministry, group, or class you're interested in by choosing a life stage below. And so here you see you've got three options. Are you looking for things for adults? Are you looking for things for kids? Are you looking for things for students? I'm an adult, so let's say adults and hit next. All right, so far we've got 131 results for adults. Now tell us what you're interested in. And so you can say, let's see, am I looking for a small group community? Am I looking for activities, care and support, or learning? You know, I really think that I'm interested in some classes, so I'll pick learning and hit next. Great, you're almost done. We found 55 results for what you've chosen so far. So finally, choose a topic you'd like to know more about. So you can see now I've got all kinds of options in here. What kind of learning opportunities am I interested in? You know what? I just want to leave that at all topics because I don't really know. I just want to see the range of offerings that are available. So if I hit show results, it'll think for a second and then it'll show me, okay, here are those 55 opportunities we found at the Leawood campus. And so within here, you can see I've got a long list of things that I can browse through. I can also further refine my results a little bit by looking at things that are marked just as programs or just as classes or groups. And so if I look at all, you can see that I've got some classes here: special speaker Missy Buchanan, cooking for health, health hacks, chair yoga, being mortal, self-defense, 2030s young men's Bible study. That might be something I'd be interested in. So if I click on that, it opens up the more information about that particular class or group. So I can see it meets Tuesdays at 7 a.m. I can find more information here and just a quick overview in here. If I have questions, I can hit this connect button and oh look, Chris Abel is the contact for this. So I can fill out this form and send him a quick question if I have one. So that's the way the community life information works. You can see there's lots of content in here, and we've really tried to make this so that you're able to find something that's relevant to you instead of overwhelming you with like a list of everything in the world. If you want to go back and start over, you can always hit this clear and start over, and that'll take you back to that main page, and then you can browse community life and choose the same options or different options or whatever. So it's a really robust tool, a really powerful tool that we've created for you. And I mentioned that the serve opportunities page is much the same way. So if I go over here to serve opportunities, you can see that this page looks a lot the same. Here we've got a few different things we've categorized for you. We've got ones that we've marked as featured. We've got ones that we've marked as urgent needs. And then we have ones that we've designated as partnerships. Those are a lot of the more long-term kind of opportunities that we have. So you see Faith Work is one that we do long-term. It's kind of a partnership that we have here locally. We partner with several countries around the world. So yeah, you can see those. But again, what we're really looking to drive people to use here is this Find Your Place button. And so if you open this up, you'll see that it looks just like those questions that we were asked before. This one says, first tell us where you'd like to make an impact. So if I look here, I see, okay, do I want to serve around the world or here at Resurrection in Kansas City or in the United States? Let's do in Kansas City. If I hit next, it says, okay, we got 41 opportunities in Kansas City. Choose your area of interest. And so now I can choose things here. Let's see. You know what? I'm just going to select all interest there because I'm not really sure which ones I'm most interested in. I just want to see everything. And then what time commitment are you open to? Oh, that's a good question. How often can I do it? Let's just look for something that's one time. And if I hit show results, then I'll say, okay, we found 12 opportunities that match those. So I could get involved with the Wellborn Testing Reward Store, School Supply Uniform Drive, Summer Reading Program, Earth Corps Green Deeds, Christmas in October, all of these kind of things. So if I open it up, you see this looks just like the Community Life ones, where I've got some information here. You can see that it's good for families, more details, and then I also have a contact person. So if I have questions about this, I can contact Stuart Curtright, give him a call at that number, or I can fill this out and give him a question directly. So that is the Community Life and Serve Opportunities pages. Again, we're really excited about using those filters to help people find content that they're looking for. The last page that I want to touch on really briefly is the staff listing page. If we go under Connect, you see that staff is listed here. If we click on that, that will take us to the Resurrection Leawood staff. And we have a few different ways to break it down. We've got ministry, department, and then you can search. So if you know exactly who you're looking for, you can use that search button to find them. You can also navigate into a particular department or into a particular ministry area if you're looking for something like that. So if I click on discipleship, now you see just our discipleship staff here at Resurrection Leawood. And so let's say we want to find out information about Chris Folmsby. We can see he's got a picture. He doesn't have a bio, unfortunately. We'll have to nag him about that one. But you can see his contact information here. So you can send him a message or you can give him a call at that phone number. That's pretty much it. That is the overview of the main church website. There was one other thing I wanted to touch on. That is this magnifying glass icon here. This search icon will let you search, and we mentioned how to do that earlier, but I wanted to show you what it looks like. So if I do a search for something awesome like Bible, then you can see that it takes me to the search results page, which are broken down into categories. So here we have programs and ministries, and you can see we have 20 things that match the term Bible here. You've got to figure that would be a popular word. So you can see there's the Meet Your Bible here, there's Disciple Bible Study, all kinds of different things here. And some of these things, if you click on it, it'll open up a little pop-up window like this with more information about it. Some of them, if you click on it, it will take you to another page. But all of that content you can access right through here. We can also look at sermons where the title or something in the description has the word Bible in it. You can also look at events that match that, and here you can see the name of the event and then when that event happened or is going to happen. GPS guide, again, we have lots of matches in there. News, lots of matches. And then staff, these are people that in their bio they mention the word Bible. So again, you can open these up. You can see, oh, Renee's doing great. She has a bio in here, contact information. She just needs to give us a picture. So that's how the search results page work. If you want to search again, you can just hit this search again button and refine your search. Maybe you had too many options, and so you wanted to look for something more specific. Bible study, that really didn't help much. But yeah, so anyways, that is the church website. It's a pretty quick overview. There's a lot of information to cover, but hopefully that is helpful for you.